Okay, well, it's the second week in January, and it's been pretty cold here in Virginia the past 3 or 4 days. Even though it's supposed to warm up later this week, it's still in the teens here right now. Hence the hat while I sit indoors in my basement. This week, we thought we would talk about how we were diagnosed with CF.
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
My diagnosis story starts at the age of 3 or 4 months old when my parents noticed that I started to get severe stomach cramps and had a lot of gas in my stomach. They used to have to pump my legs back and forth or move them around in a circle, which helped to get the gas out. They also noticed that I started having really loose poops and that were looser than normal. So they took me to a doctor, but the pediatricians didn't think there was anything wrong or anything of concern at that time. So they just told my parents that it would go away. Eventually it did go away and the pain subsided. And for the next year and a half to 2 years, everything seemed pretty normal. I had the occasional stomach cramp, but it would go away again. By about the age of 2.5, my parents had a timeshare in the mountains in Western Virginia where we would go for a week every November. While we were up there, I started to get severe stomach cramps again and started to get a rash on my back. So when we came back, my parents took me to a doctor, back to my pediatrician, to see what was going on. They thought that since I had been in the mountains that maybe I had contracted a parasite from the water up there. So they treated me for a parasite, which temporarily relieved the rash and the stomach cramps. But they kept coming back, and they didn't go away. So they ran through a myriad of different tests to no avail, and were not able to find anything that was causing the stomach aches. After exhausting several different possibilities, they suggested that they test for CF as a last resort. So we went to the CF Center at Georgetown Hospital in Washington, D.C., where I got tested for CF, which at that time involved sitting in a hospital room where they, not a hospital room, excuse me, an office where a doctor by the name of we called him Dr. K, his name was Dr. Kolchiski. He wrapped a petri dish around my arm with cellophane to make me sweat. And then we went outside and walked around the track at Georgetown for about 40 plus minutes or so, according to my parents, until enough sweat had collected into the petri dish that they could analyze it. After it was over, obviously they tested it and it came back and showed signs that I had CF. So the pediatrician called my parents and let them know about this, and the rest is history, which now leads me to today. So that's my diagnosis story, which we fast forward 35 years from that time, and we are not 35 years, that would make me 37. Fast forward 33 years, and we are sitting here with my wife and 2 kids. Well, they're not physically here with me right now, they're actually all asleep, but forwards us to the present day, where when I was first diagnosed, that wasn't supposed to happen. So thanks for listening. Have a great week. Enjoy our stories on how we were diagnosed with CF. And I look forward to talking to you next week, where we're going to talk about sort of the first time we realized really what it meant to have CF. So I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.